Hello and welcome to a Tuts Plus Quick Tip Screencast. My name is Cheryl Graham, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a long shadow for a simple icon using a blend. These shadows can be done in a variety of ways, but give blends a try. You might like it. So I have a simple rounded rectangle with this magnifying glass icon on top. And you can see those two objects in my Layers panel. I'm going to copy the icon by pressing Command or Control C. Then I'm going to paste it in back. And you can either go up to the Edit menu to paste in back, or use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control B. And you can see that I have the new object in the Layers panel underneath the first one. I'm going to paste in back a second time, so now I have three objects, and the one in the very back is still selected. I'm going to hide the front one for the time being by clicking off the eyeball in the Layers panel. That back one is still selected, and I'm going to drag it down and away from the other one by holding down my Shift key to constrain it to a 45-degree angle. So even if I try to drag it in another direction, because I have the Shift key held down, it's constrained to 45 degrees. And I'm just going to place it a little outside of the rounded rectangle. Now I'm going to select both of these objects and change their color to black. I'll click off and select only the one on the bottom, and change its opacity to 0% in the Transparency panel. Now I'm going to select both of the objects, go up to the Object menu, to Blend, Make. And there's my blend. Now if yours doesn't look like this, you might have to check the Blend options. So you can either go back to the Object menu and choose Blend Options, or you can double-click on the Blend tool to bring up the options from there. I've chosen Specified Distance as my spacing, and I've entered a value of 1 point. And that's going to make the distance between each of the steps in the blend only 1 point, so it's nice and smooth. I'm going to go over to the Transparency panel and change the blending mode of the blend to Multiply. Now this blending mode is not to be confused with the blend. This is just how the transparency interacts with objects below it. Then I'm going to reduce the overall opacity of the blend to about 25%. Now I can show that top icon again, and there's my icon with the long shadow. Of course we don't want the shadow hanging outside of the rounded rectangle, so I'm going to have to create a clipping mask. I'm going to use the rounded rectangle shape as my mask. So first I want to make a copy of it, Command or Control C, and then paste that copy in front by pressing Command or Control F. And there you see it in the Layers panel. I need to drag this above the blend so I can mask the blend off with this object. So I'm going to drag that up in the Layers panel, then I'll select both that object and the blend, and I can do that by holding down my Shift key and selecting each object here in the Layers panel. Then I'll go up to the Object menu and choose Clipping Mask, Make. And that's going to mask off that shadow nice and neat, and there's our icon with the long shadow on it. And you can see in the Layers panel that I have a clip group, which contains the clipping path and the blend below it. The blend remains live, so if you want, you can change the color, the position, or the opacity without having to start all over again.